Hello everybody. Everybody, which is nobody here yet. That's okay. I'm streaming it for the benefit of, let's see, did that go away? Did that go away? We should have that clearing out here shortly. Nope. Alright, so we're going to go 122.8 because there is nobody here. But that's okay because I want to get airborne. So let's do our fuel adjustment here. Aircraft. The whole purpose of this flight is to try to get some, I want to get used to this connecting to the oceanic portion of the flight, and there currently is oceanic coverage, so that's why I'm trying to do this now in advance, because I know nothing about this cross the pond business, and the information they provide is good on the website and the briefings, but they still don't tell me what I want to know. I mean, I have very specific questions I want to know, I want answers to, and I'm not getting them, so that's why I've got to go back and I've got to pre-fly it. So sorry, just the way I roll. Let's see, LFPG, and left. Guess we don't need it. Okay. That's gonna be, this one. That should be the one. It's 1300, 1315, right? So we're doing a 1315 departure. Oh. Seven left. I think that's the Egypt 6. 6D. 6D. Arrival is gonna be that's 22 right. Top Gun. Bobta. All right, that's good. 290.04. 0264. 0264. And it is dry. Alright, so those are on. That's on. Let's leave that on. That's off 40. That's good. We need. That's off. That's all good. Okay, so let's make sure. So I wanted to do this since I was here. I wanted to do it on. Yes. I don't know if that was my wife trying to call me, which is not normal for her to do that way. All right, so that is, we're boarding. Okay. All right, so we're going to leave that alone because that looks like it's working. We're going to try pushback. I don't care. So that's set. So RTO, that's currently configured. So we're going to go. Confirm there. And
hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
We're good. Doors are shut. That's good. So what I'm going to do is show you guys via the. So there's the route.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I'm going to go ahead and eliminate the. So there's the current ATC coverage. And here's our departure, the Atrix. All right, so we're ready for start. What I want to do though is I want to start this chrono. There we go. So that chrono's running for pushback.
Locking gear.
Pushback is going to be 1255. We want our nose to the right.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, so we'll put that on there. And we're getting spool up. 1156 on the push. Looking for 21. We got it. $264. Start number one rather. And she's spooling up. Oil temperature. And 2 coming up to 21, and there's 21. Cut off to idle. All pressure's coming up. All temperature's rising. Fuel flow established.
Set parking brakes.
Number 1 is starting nicely.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Alright.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Alright. We shall reset that once we get going there. So as soon as that starts, there we go. So we're going to put both engines on the bus and put our packs on auto. Turn off the APU bleed. Hydraulics are all on. Window heats are on and on. Generator electrics are confirmed. And the APU bus is off. And we'll switch that to position lights to strobe once we get on the runway.
Tow truck disconnected, bypass pin removed.
Bypass pin removed.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Charles de Gaulle traffic, pneumatic 1, taxi in via Echo, Foxtrot, Quebec 4 to 27 left for departure. Charles de Gaulle traffic. And there's a little kick over here to Foxtrot. Alright, so here's Bravo. I said Quebec, didn't I? Let's stay with that plan. We'll go to Quebec. There's Quebec.
Non-traffic Fox Echo Yankee starting up no parking. Hello. Non-traffic Fox Hotel Yankee taxiing to 108 line.
Alright, so continuous. I'm gonna put those on. Put that on. Lights steady. Taxi lights off. Charles de Gaulle traffic. Nomadic 1, departing runway 27 left. RNAV Atrix. Papa Golf 270, then 276. Charles de Gaulle traffic.
Approaching 27 left.
Alright, so we're gonna reset that fuel. We're gonna pause here momentarily to reset the chrono, because I want to start that chrono
On runway 27 left. Flaps.
Actually, that'd be good.
Flaps.
That's 10-minute taxi, so. Now let's reset it. All right. We'll set a lapse time too. Okay. We're ready for departure, so we're going to spool up to 40%. That looks good, Toga. Airspeed alive. Steer with our rudder now. Keep it centered. Thrust, takeoff thrust is good. Looking for 135. And there's V1, rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up, auto brakes off.
Traffic Fox Hotel Echo Yankee lining up getting you off on 108 line.
Flaps 1. Flaps up. Standard altimeter. $6,000. Charles call traffic, pneumatic 1, climbing through 7,700, direct Papa Golf 276, last call, Charles call traffic. All right, there's 10,000, and we're gonna go Command A, lights off. And that's good. Light position, strobe, anti-collision is on. Everything looks good up here. Climb is 500 foot per minute, differential 3.5. Good morning. Let's see who is here with us this morning. Sorry guys, just took off. Let's see. The Hanger. Who could that be? I wonder. The sim has been doing pretty well. Camera angles, you like that? Okay, cool. Yeah, I like the extra, this extra camera coming in. I just thought it added a little bit more depth to it. So how have you been? Ed, right? Yeah. Yeah, I imagine. All right, so let's see. Do our climb. So autopilot is set. Cabin crew has been notified. Cabin pressurization looks good. Engine bleeds are on. Packs are in auto. Recirc's auto. APU is off. Check. Exterior lights confirmed. All lights are off except the position strobe and anti-collision. Starter switches, we'll leave those on until we get up to altitude. Auto brake selector is off. Landing gear is up and off. Altimeter is set to standard Q and H. Passenger signs, we'll leave them in auto for now. That's good. Checklist complete. So I am doing, I can't wait to retire to doing what you're doing. Well, it's kind of funny. My wife and I had this conversation the other day because she's still working, and she had some free time. And sure enough, she was kind of walking around, not sure what to do with herself. And you know, she does the regular stuff around the house, like I do. And but it was, you could tell she was bored. And I told her, I said, honey, my suggestion to you is you keep working until the spigot runs dry or you're ready to start sailing, and then you can retire. But otherwise, don't, because she's got no hobbies. Let's see. But I know you have hobbies, so that should not be a problem. All right. So 17 minutes into this flight, so you guys can't see this, but I'm doing this flight as Nomadic 1 out of tribute to the cockpit casual guys that do ferry flights all over the world. That's just talk about a cool lifestyle. I could definitely have done that. Anyway, so I'm flying it under Mirage Executive Charters, the BA Mirage Executive Charters, my friend Jerry that runs it. Yeah, whatever that gibberish was. So I'm doing it. I figured I wanted to do a test flight to see what the oceanic portion of this flying is like. So I decided I would do it under that because I didn't want to do it under another airline. So let's see what we got here. So we're coming up on Atrix. We're 13 miles, so fuel burn's looking good. That part I'm liking. So I've never really gone through the OFP to this degree before, and so I thought since oceanic-wise it's kind of the required way to do it, I would start tracking my flight through all of the waypoints and the time constraints to see how well it matches up. So progress page is showing at Atrix to have 43.8 fuel. I'm showing here on the plan 43.2, so that's good. 13:16. This is showing 9 minutes after the hour, although I was a little bit early, so the times on this are not going to work out exactly, but that's okay. We'll see how that shakes out. So are you not working today? So we're at Atrix, and that's 10 minutes and 15, so that's not too bad. That was, we'll call that 10 minutes. Restart that, and let's see, fuel used, so that's 2.6. Yep, fuel burn's almost spot on, or is spot on, 2.6 and 42.8. So a little bit more on the fuel burn. But that could have been from the previous one, but that waypoint looked like it was correct. Okay, so you have to reset it after each one. So total time is 11 minutes and 43 seconds. Yeah, it's just different, and doing the oceanic stuff is different. Filing for a slot to get a slot for across the pond is step one, and I got a slot. So from Charles de Gaulle to Detroit, which is right on the edge of the capabilities of this plane. So what I did was, that's why it's a ferry a ferry flight. There are no passengers, there's no cargo, it's just me and fuel. Let's get rid of this. Let's show you what's going on here. So you can see on my iPad, see where I am down here at Atrix, and then crossing soon to cross over Scotland. We do have some Scottish air controllers on board here. We'll get them a little bit later. I think that's, let's see, that's Steven. He's on 133-875. They really have done a lot with, the Navicraft. I got to give them credit for that. I mean, it's not as powerful as ForeFlight is, but I mean, it's not as expensive as ForeFlight is either as far as subscription goes. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, the sim's been doing okay. Had a little issue with my lower DU. It just didn't fire up, or it didn't display, and then after a few minutes being on, it voila, it appears. I don't know if it was a short, if there's a short in one of the rheostats or not, because what I ended up doing was totally unrelated rheostat, this background knob for the background here. I touched it and all of a sudden the screen came on, so I guess all of that stuff's intertwined. Best I can figure. Estimated total time for the flight's 8 hours, 8.5 hours. I don't know if I'm going to go the whole route. I mainly want to see, because there's a section where, a portion rather, let's see, where is it? So, all right, so I'm going to pull this up. This is the NAT tracks. Sign in. Hopefully it'll sign in. Auto. Yes. All right, so the NAT tracks. Let's see. So you can submit an oceanic clearance request, and so this is where you enter all of your information based on when you're going to arrive, which is, I'm way too early to do that. Your TMI, which not quite sure what TMI is, 112, but you do it approximately 30 minutes before you enter the first waypoint of your 13, 15. So if I scroll down here, you can see. All right, so we just crossed Atrix. There's Beeson. Yeah, so you can see Beeson. Fortunately, I can't really mark on this thing, I don't think. I wish I could, but no. Anyway, it's Beeson and Ratuk, but the first waypoint that gets me into the oceanic airspace prior to that is this Go Mup. So that's going to be the first one, I believe, that I'm going to have to enter, because when you come up here and you look at the airspace, Go Mup is right here on the border of Shanwick, Shanwick, which is where, from this point forward, that's your oceanic portion. So when I'm 30 minutes before crossing Goma, that's when I need to file that oceanic clearance. You don't have to do it anymore because technically the ADS-B and ADS-C with satellite telemetry and all of that now, that doing the position reports aren't required, which is kind of I guess it's a good thing. It simplifies the process, but I was kind of looking forward to that, because that was like the good old days when you had to do position reports, but that's not required anymore. It's technically, it was never really required with semi, but they did it for authenticity. Yeah, there's supposed to be a pilot briefing this week. I'm not sure, because Saturday's the event, so I don't know if it'll be Thursday or Friday. But the one I watched was I watched one that's like 6 months old. That's from the eastbound trip, and it was pretty interesting. I mean, it's long. But yeah, they made the comment there that you don't have to do position reports. You just have to get your clearance and then maintain your airspeed. And that's maintain your Mach speed and your altitude, whatever they assign. I'm going to try to be at flight level 400 at that point, because I should be fine. So let's go look at some winds here. Yeah, well here they're showing winds. See, that's Gander, Shanwick, 307 at 26, 264 at 34. Let's see what our options are. Yeah, I mean, you're going to fight a headwind going this way anyway, but like at 40,000 feet, you got a 15 knot, 13 knot, 12 knot, 13 knot. So it's a little less, three knots lower. 38. So 40,000 looks like it's probably the best option. There's an 8 differential here. Yeah, so I will file my oceanic portion. No, this is going to be at 40.
Hello. Lufthansa cargo is on flight level 280.
40,000. Mach speed. Probably 0.76. 0.76. And the route is going to be pretty sure. Because if I come in here, not here. Oop. If I go up to, so if I zoom into, it's not really giving me a direct one. It looks like kind of a mix. Almost to alpha. But looks like I'm coming in at delta, so let's see. That's going to be interesting. And they don't shed delta GOMOT, yeah. Alright, first waypoint sector is going to be Shanwick. Fix is GOMOT. This fix is autofill. It's estimated time of arrival. Yeah, so that's when I'll have to put the current TMI at the top of the page is 116. Don't ask me what all this stuff means. I have no idea. Yeah, so once I feel like I'm 30 minutes from GoMat, and I'll file that. So that's how that process works. All right, so we just passed Sobit. So so Lesta at 38, so we'll go ahead and we have 40 in the pressurization panel, so that's set. Yeah, we can go ahead and turn the continuous off, the engine switch is off. Got a 6.6 PSI differential. Alright, so Lesta we should be 19 minutes, no, 40 minutes. It's 24, so we'll see. We're currently 24 minutes into the flight, so we're a little ahead. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's something to do, I guess. Let's see. Holy cow. Yeah, it's a long flight. Yeah, I'm not sure how the communication. I have to contact them via this website first to file the plan, and then they'll communicate with me. But I don't think there's a whole lot of talking going on. And that was the whole point, because the CPDLC function that they tried to use got overwhelmed by there's just too many people on the network, and it was too slow. The response time was too slow. So, and in trying to do it voice, it's not realistic, because technically you don't have voice communication across the pond. You'd use CellCal, which I do have a CellCal. So in fact, I may have to log out of. Let's see. You have to note your CellCal, which I think it's already in there. Let me just disconnect it real quick here and see. Disconnect, connect. Yeah, see the DR-LP is my CellCal. So they'll have that. Now that's not issued by them, but it's on Saturday they will issue me a CellCal specific, but that's one that came up in my flight plan. I think it's more specific to this ProSim 737 profile and sim brake. But they warned, because you know the PMDG has a CellCal code, I think on the dash or whatever, if I remember correctly, and they told people don't use that, because you and about 150, 200 other flyers are going to have that same CellCal. So VATSIM actually issues you a discrete CellCal code. Let's see what else we got here. Not mistaken, VATSIM has pilot rating system. Oceanic flight is part of that system. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, yeah, I don't know much about it. In fact, one of my buddies from Arizona is coming in May for a few days. Which, again, the offer's open, bud. If you want to come over, you're welcome to come down for a day or two or whatever. Just come and fly. Anyway, he's flying in on May 5th for a few days. And he's doing his VFR rating through Pilot Edge, and he's working on his IFR for Pilot Edge too. He wants to, and he's not done much flying on BATSIM. And in fact, we just flew our first flight last week together on BATSIM, and he liked it. Yeah, so it's nice being able to have these organized flights like across the pond, World Flight, where you got good coverage. All right, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, so I started earlier and I got almost to Lesta, and I noticed that the flight was not logging for the smart cars through Mirage Aviation. So I said, shoot, there's got to be a way to fix that. So I started the whole thing over again. So that's working. Yeah, he enjoys Pilot Edge. He likes it. I told him, I said, if you're doing Pilot Edge, you would have no problem on BATSIM. It's really just kind of a personal preference thing, but I would say that Pilot Edge is even more intense than BATSIM for sure. All right, so Lesta's saying 39.8 fuel. That's the main thing I'm trying to monitor. All right, so so that's what, 38. Now, yeah, I was entering 38 in the VNAV and it wasn't enabling, so I went to, because the flight plan called for 3,000, but that's just your initial climb. But I want to get up higher so the fuel burns better. Yeah, and I'm not, they critique every aspect of the flight, yeah, and I guess that's good if you're trying to become a real world pilot, and you want all your steps to be great. And yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for being authentic and getting things as accurate as possible. I still want to have fun and enjoy it too. Don't want to get so wrapped up in the details that you lose the enthusiasm and the interest in it.
With the call like 8,000 for the army for 7 right, flying down to 1.0.
Somebody's waking up down here. Who is this? So that's approach. Okay, so I'm way above his airspace. So let's see what else we can do here. Not really on any kind of track per se. What's this Trent beard? You are 115.7. Yeah, that one's coming in. $95. Yeah, I was just looking at. Let's see if this should work. I hope. Trent. Where is it? Oh, come on. No. Cancel. I thought you could do a. Better. Thought you could write on these things. Do you know how to do that? Let's see. No, I don't want to pay that. Maybe you can't write when you're in. Let's see, let's try it on here. Yeah, okay, so this is kind of neat where you can write on the approach plate. But I guess you can't unless let's try this. No. Yeah, I thought they were setting it up to where you could pretty much write anytime. That would be nice. Yeah, and I don't have an app. I thought I had an app, or there was an app that you could set it up to where on any screen at any time you could basically write what notes, take notes. But I haven't found one. Interested to see what the fuel flow is going to be at 38. All right, so something else I can do is fix go mup and just want to do, let's see, what's the inbound heading for go mup going to be? 422. Let's see, 212. So I was just doing some stupid math. 420 knots ground speed, a 200, roughly 212, 210 miles out at that speed should take 30 minutes. So I was just plugging that in there to see that when I get to that outer ring, that's about 30 minutes out from GOMAT at my current speed. Okay, bud, take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping in. Alright, so let's see. Oh man, you bailed? Maybe somebody else will come. Alright, so we're at so we're looking for Lester. Alright, I'm gonna go get something to eat while we're waiting for
Okay, so now you change it. Stand by. What was that you got the cell phone? Like you cycle of Papa Quebec, Barada, Juliet. Walker 3699. Yeah, Mark 3699, we can hear you with this maintain flight level 380 was all we got. We not catch the back of the message. Report your cell call code. SoCal Alpha Quebec Delta Sierra. Walker 3699 and South Coast are coming in the 5th. 009, position of Charlie at 1430 and flare 0, expect 5 west, 1450, 0 west, thereafter. Thank you, sir. Delta 209 and traffic, hello, Madrid 390, please report your cell call. Delta 0, circle is Charlie Hotel, Alpha 4, Delta 209. Coming up. Delta 209, single circle, Alpha. Thank you. Good morning, Market 44 Heavy, flight 350, climbing flight 44, that's not how it works. You need to climb, you cannot just climb at your own discretion. So yeah, American 44 is good time for 370 now.
Pneumatic. Pneumatic one.
Climbing flight 370, American 44. You are at 370. Radio 1 and 9 back with 113 SoCal check Delta Lima Alpha Walker 1699 say again Delta Lima Delta Lima Alpha Romeo.
Shanwick Radio, Nomadic 1, request amended oceanic clearance. Yeah, Nomadic 1, I didn't know if I had it filed correctly, and I wanted flight level 380 and Mach 0.75 and SoCal Delta Romeo Lima Papa. Yeah, confirm. Nomadic 1. We'll descend to flight level 380 to interoceanic, and we'll respond back with the SoCal. Negative on the receipt. Copy audio tone, yes. PH1. Let's see.
FSC, go back to the previous one. Yeah, you are not supposed to be on this frequency. Cedric radar, Kilo Standard, Kilo Standard, Hamilton Echo, request them class Lufthansa level 600. Radar, die Lufthansa Cargo 6 Echo, request set plan at level 300. Lufthansa Cargo 6 Echo, contact level 306. Contact level 306. Lufthansa Cargo 6 Echo.
All right, so basically what's going on here is so in that in the list, maybe I should wait till we get into this, but in this list of and you can go back to the video and watch it again, but there's some options where you can pull down what you want. Well, I modified it because I don't have a very straightforward excuse me, allergy, man. If we go up here to the SimBrief chart and look at this thing in detail, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's not a direct entry to a track and exit from a track. I don't know why they, but if you notice, let's close that. No, let me get this full screen. I don't know. So you can see where I'm entering here, down here on this is GOMAC, or GOMUP. But then it crosses over 1-2 tracks before it finishes off on what looks like alpha track. Yeah, which is the alpha track. So it's kind of a mix. It's a hybrid. So when I went back to my OFP, and I'll show you here. When I went back to the OFP, you're going to see here where it shows the oceanic clearance. Okay, so here's the oceanic clearance. GOMUP, then 5920, 6030, 6040, 5950, then Avuti, and Yankee Delta Papa, and it maintained flight level 380 and Mach 0.75. So as you can see in the CDU, I've adjusted the cruise altitude to 380 and the Mach to 0.75. I am currently 32 miles from entering the oceanic airspace, and if you listen to the video earlier, you'll see where I submitted my request for oceanic clearance through the prescribed channels. So, but what I did is I entered it incorrectly. Flight level 40, Mach 0.76, and I left out a waypoint. So I wanted to correct that. So I tried to redo it. It wouldn't let me redo it, so it said to call him. So I called them, and he didn't mention anything about having to modify it, even though I requested to modify the clearance. I did adjust it to flight level 380 from 400, and so he told me to do that. The one thing I'm a little concerned about, or I don't know necessarily how it works, but the cell cowl unit in my system has VHF and UHF frequencies. I am currently on 133.9, which is the correct frequency because I'm speaking to them now, as you can see here. So if we close all of this out, well, 131.9, sorry. So if you click on this NAT, shows the frequency of flight service station 131.9. So I'm on that on VHF, but I did not get, when he pinged me, I heard the tone, but I didn't see this light up. So I'm kind of curious if that's working correctly. So I'm going to send a message to FSC and ask them. In fact, I think I'll send that. I sent them a message yesterday and no one's responded. So first of all, the lower DU should always be turned off during flight. If it turns on, it's a sign that there's something from right. In any case, keep it in engine mode and check whether when it turns on off the values of the DU changes in values.
Radio German Cargo 457, with Q Plateau 350. Cargo 457, good afternoon, Malaysia 350, report mark number and south. Call. Maintain 350, mark decimal 875, and Central is Alpha Bravo Kilo Golf. Check received. Chicago 457. Chicago 57, thanks. You can resume more speed. Roger, resume more speed.
Shenwick Radio, Pneumatic 1, Go Mutt, flight level 380.
Pneumatic 1, Shenwick, Roger, maintain flight level 380.
radio.
Clear 566, gather. Cadet 566 service 78 and frequency change is approved. Bye-bye. Thank you. Gander, we received the phone call. 7 service 78 and 6 change is approved. Padua. Frequency change approved. And tot ziens. King 67 Padua. Gander radio, Gander A at 915, Vector 400. Canadian 9015, Shannon Hello, maintain panel 400 and report contact. Check order the Mark 785, Gander A at 915. Canadian 915, project and Hindu 1 speed, self call, Sebastian local check. Galaxy is down there, outside. Thank you. Sandwich radio, Charlie Golf Mike Kilo Bravo, flight level 360, flight 84, inbound, rest. Charlie Golf Mike Kilo Bravo, maintain flight level 380, you can raise more speed, stand by for self-check. Positive, call, Charlie Golf Mike Kilo Bravo.
Shenandoah Radio, Nomadic 1. Request cell cal repeat on Delta Romeo Lima Papa. I'm checking my hardware for correct response. Yeah, I'm hearing a ding dong, but I'm not seeing anything in my cell cal panel. That's what I was concerned about. Copy, thank you, Nomadic 1.
You're welcome. Canada Radio, Ocean 75 Heavy, request flight level 390 for performance. Ocean 75, flight level 390. Flight 390, Ocean 75.
Yeah, so confirm the cell cal unit's not working. That's wonderful. Need to get that panel out and testing unit. Hey Kush, sorry, I'm just seeing you now. Yeah, I'm here. Check Discord when a little less busy. What's going on in Discord? this up here so we know where we are. Let's see. Can't type.
Should we conclude good afternoon, Air Child 6508 Heavy. Air Child 6508 Heavy, hello. What is that on 400? You can raise no more speed and do you have a shop? Main heavy travel flight level 400 speed, but will be marked as late 5 airside as we inbound 56 north 20 west, expecting that in 155. That's how it's right, that's copy. Do you have a cell call code? Okay, first stand by. Gander radio, Lufthansa 441 Charlie, Trek Whiskey, eastbound, flight level 390, mark 085, circle is Mike Sierra Papa Romeo. Lufthansa 441 Charlie, hello, maintain flight level 390, you can reach normal speed, stand by for shuttle check. The circle is Delta Sierra Hotel Romeo. Lufthansa 41 Charlie, you were stepped on, say again. Lufthansa 41 Charlie, circle check, okay. Okay, done. And then South 6508, I got the Delta Sierra Hotel Romeo, step by.
Let's see.
You got to one might you try to transmit, might be a bit too far for now, but I'm for all 350. So my claimant now I can use you, give you more speed to stand to the back of the circle check. Mike Lima, sorry, that wasn't readable. Say again, slower. Okay, no, I got it. You got a different cell phone than the one I'm expecting. So, Bravo, Papa, and then? Charlie Lima. Bravo, Papa, Charlie Lima coming up. Yeah, Karen, this is one of course, descent for level 380. Thank you very much, sir. You need to be back in minutes, please. Descent for level 380. Descent 380. Scan the radio, good morning, Air Canada 10 Heavy, flight level 350. Canada 10, get low, maintain flight level 350, get them on speed and report your cell call. Roger, we found Oceanic cleared on 9 for flight level 370 at Sudbury, for about 17 miles, requested spot number 22, 0.82, and the SoCal is Charlie Echo Foxtrot. Can I tell zero cell phone is coming up and you can climb pedal 370. That is can I want to Can I tell zero come on you receive the cell call? Negative, we didn't receive it. Go Papa Charlie Echo Foxtrot Yoke. Hey, let me try to detecting the reconnect quickly, make sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
And today, when we reconnected, actually our cell was not inputted by that, so it's, yeah, Charlie, we got it now. Thank you. And I'll say 10, we step away for about 20-30 minutes for lunch. Okay, let's be back. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Shenwick Radio, Nomadic 1, just to confirm, there's nothing that you have to do on your end to when you send a cell cal check that would light up my panel. It's all the same?
Yeah, Nomadic 1 knows that we only have one option and that's what you get. Then it's up to your side to filter that out.
Yeah, copy. I brought it up to the manufacturer's attention. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Wheels up, you can check. Let's see. Are you still on? Are you still on the stream, Kush? Yeah, well, I could see where this would get seriously boring over a course of hours on end. So let's see, that's another 30 minutes since we entered oceanic airspace. That was 1:33, so yep, it's been almost exactly 30 minutes. And 59:20 is going to be 2 hours and 26 minutes into the flight. So we are just about 2 hours in it right now. We departed at 12:30. At 12:56, so 13, call it 1300, so yeah. So an hour and 20 minutes we've been. So 100 miles, 15:35, so that's another 15 minutes. All right. That's 26. All right, guys. So what's going to happen is when we get to this next waypoint, I'm going to call it good. Yeah, because I'm not going to sit here for the entire duration. That's for sure.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna document this movement in the time up to 59:20, 59 north, 20 west. Oh, man. So according to the winds, I'm getting a 44 knot wind here, which I don't think was forecast. Let's see. Showing 307 at 287 at 44. Let's see what this wind sheet's showing. And I'm not showing anything at 287 at 44. So, well, I take it back. 59.20, we do have some. This is probably the worst part. 285 at 40. So yeah, that's not far off. And then 60.30, 210 at 26. So we should drop off at that point. Should be more of a quartering headwind. All right, so if we put this on engine, that's right. If we put it on here, that's correct. That's right. Yeah, so those are all correct. So if they're both reference N1 bugs and readouts manually set by turning N1 inner knob has no effect on auto throttle operations except excellent tool for use during takeoff requiring cutback power that must be set manual. Alright, so let's see, we're 27 miles out, so we should be at 26, should be about 15:36, so 3 minutes to get there. 47. That says 45. And there it comes in. .49 minutes, so it's pretty close. Real question is 32.3. That's pretty good. I'm gonna call it 32.2. And it used, let's call it 3. I don't understand that. It's 1.69, 1.69, and that's 48. We'll call it 49. That's close. 220, 51.6. All right. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it. I'm pretty much seeing what I need to see, and I don't want to sit here all day doing this because I could have multiple other flights in the process. So I think we're going to end up calling it a day. I think I will send him a private message and tell him that my test is done so I don't just blip off his radar screen. Okay. Guys, thank you for stopping in, and hopefully we'll do this again on Saturday.